Once I get back into Zoe's room, she looks up at me with trepidation. She looks exhausted, but it doesn't take away from her beautiful features. Even with the bruising around her face, I'd still be drawn to her. All right, Jackson, what's wrong? And I mean besides the obvious. The doctor already explained to me everything that is bruised, cracked, or collapsed. Her hoarse voice makes me wince. Nothing is wrong. I'm just glad you are going to be okay. I see the suspicion in her eyes, and she knows I'm stalling. It's like she can see right through me. Inching my way closer to her bed, my heart stammers in my chest with an uncomfortable rhythm. If I don't do this now, it will be 10 times worse later, and this is the best decision for both of us. Sitting down in the chair that is next to her bed, I lean over with my elbows on my knees and my arms dangling between my legs instead of what I really want to do, which is to gather her in my arms and hold her until she's fully healed. But the coward in me won't let me do that. I blow out a breath louder than I intended to, and that garners another look from Zoe, and before she can stop me, I jump right into it. Zoe, I'm so sorry you were hurt and put through so much pain by those two. She immediately held up her hand to stop me, but I needed to get this out now. And before I can continue, she clears her throat. Jackson, I am okay, and I will heal. Yes, I was terrified. I'm not going to lie, but I knew in my heart and soul that you would find me. And if I had to do it all over again, I would. If it meant that they would leave you alone, I would go through it over and over. But you were put into that situation because of me. I'll never forgive myself for that. Zoe, I've never been so scared in my life than when they sent me those images and videos of you with blood smeared across your face, your eyes swollen shut. I can't even finish the thought. The images were replaying in my head, and I squeezed my eyes shut tight to get rid of them, but it did nothing. Jackson, look at me, she whispered as she reached for my hand. I'm alive because of you and whoever was with you. By the way, was that Justin and some cops with you? I was kind of out of it at the time, so that part is still a little blurry. Yeah, Justin and some of his military buddies helped, but then they called the authorities after we got you out. But that's just it, Zoe. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be. Even here with cracked ribs and a collapsed lung, cuts and bruises all over, and probably some real mental trauma. This is my fault, and I can't continue to put you in danger. I won't. You deserve a normal guy, Zoe, not someone like me who is grumpy on good days and damaged more than you'll ever know. You'll be better off without me. Trust me. Wait, what? Are you breaking things off with me over this? You can't be serious. I shook my head, acknowledging my intent, and I felt like a real dick. But she deserves so much better. Looking hurt and dejected, I spotted Zoe swiping at a stray tear that was sliding down her cheek, and she shook her head and looked up into my eyes. I get it. This is your way of ending it. I knew eventually this would happen. I'm way older than you, so I'm not good enough, young enough, pretty enough, or skinny enough. But you didn't need to use this situation as your excuse, though. I'm not. And none of those things you just rattled off are true at all. It's quite the opposite. You are too good for me. I don't deserve you. I'm the one who is not good enough for you. You know, Jackson, whatever the reason, it's fine. But is there any way that we can still at least remain friends? I can barely handle this conversation. It's killing me with my head down. I don't think that's a good idea, Zoe. I'm sorry. It's probably best if you forget you ever met me. She laid there, no response, just silence, until I braved a quick glance at her and nearly lost it. Tears were falling hard and fast down her face, And again, it was my fault. It's good that she'll be rid of me after today. All I've done is hurt her at every turn. And being the coward that I am, I got up to leave and could barely look back. I'm going to go now. You need to rest and heal, I said as I left. Once that door clicked shut, my whole body shuddered, and I let out a weak breath in between breaking down crying. I can't believe this just happened. He just up and left me. My heart feels like it's shattered into a million pieces. I'm lying here, battered, broken, and bruised, and my heart is literally in pieces. Jackson and I had such a strong connection. He is, or was, I thought, my soulmate. I mean, things that happened with us just don't happen to people every day. Jackson just took my heart and soul with him. Now what do I do?